Breathing new life into your engine, overhauling an engine. It's a big job, no doubt about it. But if you're up for the challenge, it can be rewarding. A well-overhauled engine runs smoother, quieter, and more efficiently. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of doing it yourself. Ready to breathe new life into your engine? Let's get started. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's talk tools. You wouldn't believe the specialized gear you need for a proper engine overhaul. Here's a rundown of the essentials. Socket set, essential for removing nuts and bolts. Torque wrench, ensures bolts are tightened correctly. Wrenches, for those hard-to-reach nuts and bolts. Screwdrivers, various sizes for different screws. Pliers, for gripping and manipulating parts. Engine hoist, a must-have for lifting the engine. Engine stand, provides a stable platform. Parts cleaner, for removing grease and grime. Gasket scraper, for removing old gaskets. Micrometer and calipers, for precise measurements. Feeler gauges, for checking clearances. Shop towels, you'll go through a lot. Safety glasses and gloves. Always prioritize safety. Remember, having the right tools is half the battle. Right, let's get this engine out. First, disconnect the battery. Safety first, always. Then, drain the engine oil and coolant. You don't want a mess. Next, disconnect all the connections to the engine fuel lines, wiring harnesses, throttle cables, the lot. Label them as you go. Trust me, this will save you a world of headache later. Now the heavy lifting. Attach the engine hoist and secure the chains to the engine's lifting points. Slowly lift the engine, making sure it clears everything as it comes up. Once free, carefully lower it onto the engine stand. With the engine securely mounted, it's time to give it a good once-over. Remove any remaining components like the intake manifold, exhaust manifold, and carburetor or fuel injection system. Keep everything organized. Section 4. Disassembly. Delving into the heart of the machine. The engine is out, and now the real fun begins. Taking it apart. Start by removing the cylinder head. This is where the valves and spark plugs live. Inspect the head gasket for any signs of damage. Remove the oil pan to expose the crankshaft and pistons. Carefully push each piston out of its cylinder. Inspect the crankshaft for wear and tear. Section 5. Cleaning and inspection, ensuring a solid foundation. With the engine stripped down, it's time for a thorough cleaning. Remember that parts washer? It's about to get a workout. Remove all traces of old oil, grease, and gasket material. While you're cleaning, take the opportunity to inspect every component for wear, damage, or excessive play. This is where those measuring tools come in handy. Check the cylinder walls for scoring, the bearings for wear, and the valves for pitting. Any parts that are worn beyond acceptable limits need to be replaced. Don't skimp on this. Using worn parts will compromise the entire overhaul. Cleaning and inspection are critical steps, ensuring your engine is built on a solid foundation. Section 6. Reassembly. Piecing together the puzzle. Now for the moment of truth, putting it all back together. Reassembly is essentially disassembly in reverse, but with a few key considerations. Begin by installing new bearings, piston rings, and gaskets. Lubricate all moving parts with fresh engine oil as you go. This ensures everything moves smoothly. Install the pistons back into their respective cylinders, making sure the markings align with their original position. Torque the connecting rod bolts to the manufacturer's specifications. Reinstall the crankshaft, ensuring it rotates freely. Next, install the cylinder head with a new head gasket, torquing the head bolts in the correct sequence and to the proper specifications. From there, it's a matter of reinstalling the remaining components, following the reverse order of disassembly. Don't forget to connect all the hoses, wires, and cables you disconnected earlier. Section 7. Conclusion. The rewards of a job well done. Congratulations! You've successfully overhauled your engine. It was a big job, but you tackled it head-on. Now it's time to reap the rewards. A well-overhauled engine will start easier, run smoother, and deliver better performance. You've breathed new life into your vehicle, and that's something to be proud of. Remember, regular maintenance is key to keeping your engine running strong for years to come. Change the oil regularly, use high-quality fluids, and address any issues promptly. And who knows, maybe you've discovered a new passion for mechanics. After all, there's nothing quite like the satisfaction of working on your own car.